Hello, beauties, beautiful people, beautiful humans. Today, I wanted to talk about. I was just having this thought process over breakfast when I was having my coffee, and I was thinking about the fact that so much of the coaching industry and the personal growth industry and mentorship and all of these things, the old paradigm, what's dying, and thank goodness, because I'm so over it, and I think so many of us are. What's dying is this idea that the things that are worth investing in are the things that are reinforcing a story that you're broken and that you need fixing. And it's not true, because you're not broken. No matter what's going on right now, you're not broken. You're not a project that needs to be fixed. You don't need to be fixed in order to be worthy of all your blessings, love, prosperity, joy. You don't need to be fixed for that to be the case. I posted on this a couple of weeks ago, just talking about self-help and just like Xing out this help and calling it self-nourishment, because that's really what it is. And so when it comes to investing in a program or investing in a mentor or investing in a coach, you really have to sit with yourself first. Check in with yourself, check in with your intention, and really ask yourself, am I investing in this experience because I feel incomplete and I feel like this person is going to complete me with their offer or whatever? Or is it coming from, and it may not be yet, and trust me, this is a huge shift that I made too, especially over the last year, and intentionally investing in things for very different reasons now. On the flip side of that, you could be like, okay, am I investing in this because I'm ready to expand? Money is another tool for expansion. It can be a tool to keep you stuck. It definitely can. Or it can be a tool to expand, because energy is a frequency. Energy is a frequency. Money is a frequency. Money is energetic currency, is what I wanted to say. So it can absolutely be a tool to expand you and to expand your experience and to expand your frequency. 100%, because that's what I've been experiencing. And I've seen lots of women, and especially feminine sort of coaches and mentors out there that are doing amazing because they are just breaking through the ceiling. I just think it's important to remember that joy is your birthright, and that there's a lot of suffering in the world. There always has been, but there's a lot going on right now. And it's really, really easy to get caught up in fear. And it's really easy to get caught up in pain. And it's really easy to buy into the conditioning, the programming that we've been taught, that the only way to heal is to join in the suffering or to suffer with others. It's the same thing. It's like misery loves company. You can have absolute awareness and respect for what's going on in the world and the atrocities that humans are committing, because it's happening. It's always been happening. Because humans aren't evolving as rapidly as, we might like to wish that it would be. And so part of the evolution of our species is to shift out of these pain programming. It's like belief systems that reinforce the trauma and the pain over and over and over again. And different people approach this in different ways, right? And there's space for everything. I'm not saying that there's one way that's going to be great for everyone. I'm just saying, for me personally, this was a huge shift. So I wanted to just tell a little story about something that happened yesterday. So as I've shared previously, I'm in a group of women. We've been in a year-long program. It's called the Magdalene Temple Keepers. It's like a year-long journey for those that feel called to the path of the Magdalene, of the Tantric Magdalene, Sisterhood of the Rose, again, sacred sexuality, the priestess path, basically. So I've been in my own experience for almost a year now. I actually showed one of the elixirs that my guide, Chloe, the woman that's guiding the program, made. She made this by hand. Magical things, right? So anyways, I've been in this experience, and we're getting towards the end of our experience. So yesterday, me and my partner, because we've been partnered up in different groups month to month towards the end of the program, we were leading the healing call for the month for this particular temple that we're in, which is the Orange Temple of Sacred Sexuality, really of reclaiming our sexuality and our eros with love. And purifying. so much of the distorted energies that we've been taught, that we've picked up along the way, that we've experienced in relationships previously. And so each of me and my partner, we were able to do whatever we wanted in the call, right? And we've had a monthly practice that we've been doing. And so, we all have a different frequency. We all have a different personality, the people in the group, the women in the group. And so the two of us got together, we planned our call, and, my partner did her piece, and, she did some sound healing. She has this amazing sound bowl from Hawaii that's so beautiful. And she did like a guided visualization. And then I did the movement practice. But the thing is that I never joined into a lot of spiritual groups, or I just didn't. Again, this is why I created the Return of Venus, because I wanted something completely different. I didn't want something that was super structured. I was tired of feeling like growth needs to be hard all the time. Like, I went to college already. I already did school. I did it, There's a time and a space, but not all the time. So we can grow and expand in joy. It doesn't have to be painful all the time. It doesn't have to be this like hard drudgery, like, I have to sit down, I have to do my homework. Listen, to each their own. And I've done courses like that. They've been beneficial. They've helped me. But my feeling was that in my years of working with women, and this is why in yesterday's call, I chose to, number one, not plan. I'm doing the practices. When you embody the things that you teach, it's not going to feel hard to share it unless you make it hard. If you're the embodiment, you're just being, you're just showing up. You're like, I'm already doing this. I'm already embodying this. So all I have to do is just show up and be me, right? So yesterday, my partner did her piece and then I did my piece. Now in the past, I would have tried to be more serious. I would have kind of held back and not fully shown up, right? Because sometimes we're told that we're too much, or if you have a big energy, or if you have, we're taught to shrink. No more shrinking. I did it too. It sucks. It's so painful to shrink. It's so it's a contraction, but our soul wants to expand. It wants to feel an expansion, like a flower blossoming, right? It doesn't want to be this like tight bud fist, right? It's like when you're being intimate and you don't feel safe in your partnership and your body clenches and your yoni tightens up like this, get away, right? It's not feeling it. It's not feeling safe. It's not feeling like it's safe to expand. And so yesterday in the group, we did our things. And in mine, I was like having a really good time. I was having fun. It was a playful experience. So I was laughing and, it wasn't this like uber serious experience. However, there's a paradox, because on the flip side, it is a very deep, it's deep work. It's a deep practice. I have so much reverence for the practice and my teacher. But however, you can have fun too. And so anyway, at the end of the call, we were all sharing, and the sentiment that was shared was that not only was it a very grounding practice, very opening, and like I said, my partner has this gorgeous, really soft, nurturing energy. They were also like, we were laughing. It was so fun. It was so playful, like made my inner child happy, like it doesn't have to be so heavy. And that's so true, right? But how many times do we hire a coach or a mentor because we're like, oh, it's kind of like the difference, and no shade to Tony Robbins, right? Because he's got his own thing. Cool, whatever. It's not my style, but that's fine. It's for some people. It's like going to the spa for a day. It's like going to the Standard, right? I used to be a member at the Standard in Miami Beach. If you guys know the Standard Hotel, it's a hotel / spa / wellness facility. They have a hammam. I love it. It's like the difference between doing like a spa day and having a treatment and relaxing and like steaming and being naked and just being happy and free and relaxed, or going to, and that being your nourishment and your expansion, versus going to like a Tony Robbins seminar and having someone scream at you in your face all day. For some people that works, some people want that. But if we have that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's distorted, where it's lacking equilibrium. Like we need that softness too. We need the playfulness. It's like somebody that's a hard ass with a stick up, and they're like, they're always serious. And then you make them laugh and you break down the wall for a minute and you see this like whole other person emerge. And you're like, well, where's that playful little being been hiding behind this stone cold Steve Austin exterior, right? So my point in this is that when you're thinking about, for example, I've had people reach out to me about the program, right? And they're like, some people have been like, it's a lot of money. No, I think it's extremely reasonable because, again, it's an immersion, right? I'm immersed in it for 5 weeks, and it's about the presence and the mentorship and the support. We have a chat. It's going to be like a daily experience, right? For 5 weeks. But I see it as an expansive experience, and I structured it to be that because I didn't want people to come when they weren't ready. I didn't want people to join in as an impulse. I wanted it to be thoughtful. It's like a 3-step process on purpose because I really want people to be intentional. However, I also want to show that you can join into an immersion that's focused in your body and on pleasure and on sensuality and on joy and on nourishing yourself and on nurturing yourself. That is equally as valuable as going to school or doing a course that's like, you're broken, fix yourself, whip, self-flagellate, no, you know what I mean? I'm over it. I'm so over it. I was like, this is what I was craving. So the reason why I joined in the Temple Keepers wasn't just for the intention of the program, which is gorgeous. And I was super interested in the priestess energy and the path of Tantra, of sacred sexuality. This is what I've wanted to teach for many, many years, but I needed the right mentor and I found her. And she's so special because it's not like anything I've ever experienced in tantric circles or in any of that. Her energy is so clean and clear and pure. It's truly sourced from a higher frequency, something, like I said, I have not really seen yet out there. So she's really special. So stay tuned for her and lots of things coming from Chloe. But just in general, like people have been like, oh, that's expensive, or it's a lot of money. No, it's an expansive experience for those that are ready to shift, to really be like, okay, I'm going to invest in myself, right? Because this is not about just handing a mentor money, right? It's not about that. It's the expansion. I invested this past year to be in full integrity because I was like, why would I ask people to do what I'm not doing? I have to do it. I have to go first. So in my slowest time of my business, when I had to break everything down and restructure, I decided to invest in 2 mentors. One for my feminine polarity, which is Chloe in this Temple Keepers, and in Sabrina, who I've talked about multiple times, branding, marketing, and systems, masculine polarity, right? And nurture both polarities, because if we ignore one side, we're going to feel imbalanced. We're going to feel out of whack. We're going to feel burned out, frustrated, stressed, confused, frantic, seeking answers outside of us, depleted, not radiant, no libido. Like these are all signs that something needs some TLC, right? Probably your feminine polarity. And so in putting down a reasonable amount of money, which is currency, which is energetic currency, that's an energetic investment. And so what I did was put down, like I said, currency in my expansion, like I said, with people who were embodied in the work, and specifically with Chloe, the point in joining that was not just to learn stuff. She's not reading to us from a book. She's not like schooling us in that way. Her program is about her frequency. It's her essence. She is sharing some information, but it's really about us going within and finding our own inner spark, that Magdalene energy within. Because we all have that within, right? That's why we're there, to remember. Not for her to tell us what to do or for her to... No, she's like, it's time for you to reclaim your sovereignty. It's time for you to see the spark, and it's time for you to find your own answers. And these are some practices that can help, right? And this is how you can embody that. So same thing, right? This is what inspired even this program. I was like, wow, this is something really missing. You know, someone that's doing it with integrity, of course, but this is what's missing in the coaching and sort of personal growth industry, is more nurturing and less pain point selling, you know, like, oh, you're fucked up, you need this program and it's going to fix you. No, half the time you invest in them and it doesn't fix anything because it's not actually getting to the root, right? So I wanted to share that in terms of like expensive versus expansive. And when I put down those investments and I fully decided to stop backing out of myself and to fully commit to the expansion, I literally made all the money back in like 2 months. I'm moving after like 5+ years. unexpectedly, like shit's opening up. So I just wanted to really share that because it's very close to my heart. So I love you guys so much. Link in my bio if you'd like to apply. Early bird's still open this week for Return of Venus. Mwah! See you soon.